All you SPMEs out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and you're going to want to stick around because the third answer is a secret as to which distribution option is the best one for you. So let's get into it. Today's question is self-publishing distribution options. And this is a very common question many authors have. You've written your book and now you're ready to distribute it. But who exactly should you be distributing your book to? Because there's a whole series of distribution channels that you can choose from, both in terms of where and which places your books will be sold, whether it's a library or whether a local bookstore or whether it's which online store. Another issue is which formats it should be available in, because you have hardback and softback and paperback, and you have your ebook versions, multiple ebook versions, and also you'll have your audiobooks. And so based upon the choices that are available, it becomes a little bit tricky for many authors to figure out which one is the correct one for you, and you're left feeling a little hopeless and overwhelmed with so many choices. And this is what we are going to answer in today's video. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one. And check out below in the description and you can grab a copy of my absolutely free self-publishing checklist to make sure that you are not skipping any of the necessary steps to win at self-publishing. So let's get into it. How much is enough? This was a question I was wondering, because when I first started self-publishing, I started with Amazon. I got my Kindle book onto the market, and then I moved on to the paperback version, which was through CreateSpace at the time, and now it's called KDP Print. And then I moved to my audiobook version, ACX Audible. And by getting these different versions out, I thought, well, I guess that was enough, because my versions are in. Who else would really want another version, right? Because if you've got your paperback choice and you've got these other options available, so there's really no need for that. And that was where I was mistaken. Because was I finished? No, I absolutely was not finished. And the reason is that other people start talking about other options and the money that they're making through those other distribution channels. And so I realized maybe I'd made a mistake. Now, they weren't suggesting taking your books off of the existing distribution channels, but rather going even wider and broader with regards to the channels that you're using. In particular, it was hardbacks was the first starting point, because there are readers who only like books in a specific format through a specific store or web store. So there can be different places where they will only buy the books there in the format they want. So they determine the conditions, and you have to decide, do you want your book in those locations, or do you just want to take the chances of losing those additional sales? And this is a tough choice for a lot of people, but for me, it's pretty straightforward, which is I need to get my books where my readers are. And so I began to realize you can put other ebooks on through Smashwords or Draft to Digital, and the other is Ingram Spark, ebooks and paperbacks. And that's what I started to do, is putting my books on these other formats, and the money started coming in from multiple sources. So I was no longer depending on just Amazon to bring a decent amount of money in. It was coming through these other ones. So if my account were threatened, which Amazon does on a semi-regular basis with some of the authors that are on there, taking down books and doing all sorts of stuff, it's much more powerful and useful for you in your long run to make sure that your books are in many different formats that you possibly can, and not everything bundled together with just Amazon. So, self-publishing distribution options. Well, the first thing is that you're going to want to start simple so you do not burn yourself out. And if there's one thing at this particular channel, it is we want to make self-publishing easy, not hard or difficult. And so one of the key issues there is making sure that you do only one thing at a time until you have mastery. In this case, it would be Kindle. If you don't have a Kindle book out, then stop everything and get your Kindle book onto the market and do whatever's necessary in order to get to that point. Let me know if you do need help with that. I offer coaching and other services. You can see below in the description for more details on that. But if you're able to do it, just do it yourself and get that Kindle book on the market. But afterwards, we want to add additional versions once we've got the first one in place. And so you have your KDP version in place, then you'll get your KDP print. After that, we're going to move on to ACX because you need your Kindle version in order to get an audiobook version. After that, we're going to go to Ingram Spark, where I've been making more money through Ingram Spark than anybody else lately, though different people have different experiences. And then finally, Smashwords. We take our ebook and we put it into a EPUB format, which also will go through Ingram Spark. Can also take that same EPUB. If you have the right program for formatting, it can do all the formatting for all of the different formats and all of the different public distribution options that you would like to do. And that can be done. I use a program called Uto, which makes this very simple. Uto's you can check out my affiliate link below in the description if you would like more information on this very powerful tool that makes self-publishing incredibly simple and maximizing your distribution and the profits that you're making. So you just have to decide for yourself at which point you're ready to jump in. I think it's only like $50, so it's a pretty cheap tool. But the secret answer of the day, which is what is the right distribution option for you? Well, the answer is look at which versions or which options are earning you the most money. So if you find that your audiobooks are doing the most, then make sure you're using much of your time getting your books into that format. And for me, it's Ingram Spark is the winner right now. It was audiobooks previously, but Ingram Spark's now the winner. Then getting my books into that format. But we want to, over time, getting all of our books in all of the possible formats. And again, if you're using the right tools, then it's so simple. You just hit a button and it will put it into the format that you're going to need your books to be in. And that is something that you're not going to want to ignore. So, which distribution options are you using? I would really like to know so I can help you better. Let me know below in the comments and check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.